shed, Fred the shed, Fred the shed, Fred the shed.
Hello, this episode is all about Fred the shed. I've left it rather late in the day to start this, but I've been busy and now I can start, so yeah, it might go dark soon. This car has a variety of things to deal with, but the most uncomfortable one of all for me is the amount of grot all over it. I can improve that straight away, just by giving it a quick wash, maybe a bit of vacuuming as well. Can I wash it before it goes dark? That's one of the quickest washes I've ever done on the car, but there's simply no point in being that careful with it because the whole paint needs renovating anyway. And the wheels are grotty. The wheels are really bad. So bad they're going to need the old hydrochloric acid on them. It's going to need a good few minutes. And even then, I reckon it'll need doing again. But hopefully the wheels will come up looking alright. Would have been a little bit too ambitious really to try and get much done with this car, being as that it was almost dark when I started doing things on it. But it has had a wash, and of course with it being dark you can't tell how how good the job actually is. In the dark, in the wet, it looks okay, but 2 doses of the hydrochloric acid and, as you can see, that is much better. So there's that one, although it's still pretty grotty, and the other 2 as well. Looks okay from this angle, doesn't it? The trouble with washing the car in the dark is that you can't see what you're doing. And especially if that is just a quick wash, because it's probably the first one it's had in about 8 years, it is easy to miss bits. Quite a few bits. Looks like I haven't even started on the back. Seriously, a 10-year-old could do better. I would finish that job off, but that's not that important compared to the other things that need doing. And the other thing that really does want doing is the grotty, mucky interior. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to start faffing with the other bits of things that will make this car eventually a nice car. We may as well get on with the inside. I have seen a lot worse than this, to be honest. It just doesn't look particularly pleasant, does it? And it won't be difficult to sort out. Just emptied out the vacuum cleaner. It was a long time ago since I last did that. It is possible to have vast amounts of rear leg room in the back of the Rover 75, provided the driver doesn't mind having none. But look at that. You couldn't even get any legs in there. Where would they actually go? What is the point? What is the point in the front seat going that far forward? Except possibly for cleaning purposes. I don't think that's what they were thinking. I'll tell you what they were thinking. Making the photographs, the sales brochures look good. Yep. That's what they thought. Oh, if we can just move the driver's seat much further forward than it could ever really be possibly used, these photos would look great. Makes so much more sense than just having the car big enough in the first place. Vacuuming gets rid of the loose bits, leaving behind all the grotty stains. Ideally, I would take the seats out, the front seats, to do this job properly. But I'll do that another day. The front seat doesn't move. That's a problem because it's all the way back, so there's no room in the back. The problem doesn't stop there either, because that means that I can't take the seat out, because I won't be able to get to the rear Torx bits. You see? Oh, what a pity. What a pity that is. What a pity indeed. This back seat has been doggified, I think. It's very, very grotty indeed. And the same with that. Oh, that looks kind of abrasive. Like it's had all sorts of materials pushed through the centre of the car. Possibly the worst bit is to come, the rear end. Ooh, ooh, and again, ooh. Found some cleaning wipes. They cost £1, or they cost somebody £1, and they don't do a fantastic job. Just imagine how nice a car this was. How much money somebody spent buying it new, the Connoisseur SE. Yes, it's the nice one. It was the nice one. Ugh. I'd be really pleased if I could make this boot floor look a bit tidier, because it looks horrendous at the moment. I think what I want to do is take these panels out, these bits of carpet, and clean them up outside of the car. And that means removing these lashing points here with a Torx bit. Yes, a Torx, the T25, I think that is. Oh yes, it has to be said. The Rover 75 did have some fantastic plus points to it. Just for the moment, I'm having to give up on that idea because the screws that hold them in as well are rusted, so they'd need drilling. Yeah, I don't want to spend all day doing one small job that's not massively important. So they're doing it to be cleaner. So let's just do that. Let's clean the carpet. Time to deploy the Titan. You know, when you have a couple of phone calls and just a couple of chats like that, you kind of lose track of time somewhat. And when I say lose track of time, I mean you end up not knowing what time of day it is. And then you're outside and you're looking at how low the sun is in the sky, and it actually feels like, you know, it's way into the afternoon. But it's not even 12 o'clock. I hate winter. And there's my first go over of this part of the carpet, and that has come up quite a bit better, although there are various stains, because what it looks like is cans of pop have been spilt and they've ended up on the carpet, which is horrid. And every time I'm leaning down here, I get up and almost crack my head on that. I think I could do removing this. Now starting to consider the possibility of nipping over to James Law, the big chemical place, to go and buy some degreaser stuff or some carpet cleaner or something other than that floor jelly. Not sure that floor jelly is that good. Mind you, I mean, it is getting some of the gunk up, but could something else get more gunk up? That's the question. One of the problems with roof bars, of course, is it does make the roof rather difficult to clean anyway. But that roof bar is stuck on there. But it's not going to stop me from removing it. I reckon that's off. Nothing against roof bars. They're very useful. I just like them to be adjustable and usable. And that one wasn't. Still car. Time to pop out for a while. Just a short while. I'm really in the mood for buying some chemicals. If only it was as warm as it looks. But it's not. It's jeffing freezing today. One thing I forgot there, many factory type places like this still operate on the closing at lunch thing. We kind of just expect that everybody's just open all the time. You want something, you have it right now. You don't have to wait. Which is why Amazon does so well. So wait I will. It's only 10 minutes. Nothing wrong with waiting. This is why I like to speak to people who run establishments like that. You get to find things out. Apparently, traffic film remover makes a good carpet cleaner. And somebody's going to say to me, "Oh, no, it doesn't. You want to buy this." Yeah, what? No, nobody speaks like that, really. Nobody really speaks like that. Yeah, so I'm going to give that a go. Every time I've been to that place, I end up thinking, this is much better and cheaper than Halfords. So why do I keep going to Halfords? I think it's time I stopped going there, actually. It's amazing how much better this car drives when it's got some air in the tyres. So here we have traffic film remover, £5, or quite a lot more from Halfords. Well, it looks a bit like traffic film remover is actually the answer to many of the cleaning problems with this car. Just trying it on the carpet there, it's bringing the gunk up nice and nicely, so might try some more in the boot, plus on the trim as well. Just the gunk just comes straight off. That is good. This car is going to end up looking better than I first anticipated. That's a transformation. I think that might be enough carpet cleaning for one day, because I'm sure we can all agree that that is now half respectable. It's still a bit grubby down the corner there, but actually it's not as bad as it looks there. And the door card, much cleaner now due to the traffic film remover. I'll try the same thing on this seat there, and the grubby bits on the back seat as well. But overall, I am much happier with the result than I was expecting. As it is still light outside, although only probably for another hour, I may as well do another job. What job though? I mean, there is a bit of a knock on the suspension. I mean, it is a Rover 75 after all. No, how about a nice easy one? The lugs on the 75 rear lamps break, and that's why they end up being worth a fortune if they're not broken, because they're difficult to get hold of. You can't get hold of these without them being a bit broken somewhere. That's because we've just got two M6 bolts holding the thing on, and you have to take them out just to change the lamps. And invariably, at some point in the lifetime of the car, somebody will do that and then force the lens back into place without properly locating it and then basically smashing it. So I could fix that. Yeah, it's either that or change this. I remember the first time I had one of these. I had a ZT190, and these buttons were broken, just like these are here. Yeah, that again is down to somebody with fingers that don't fit in the gaps, tugging at it like Jeff Capes trying to pull a tractor unit. And they get broken. I mean, they're only plastic, and they're not very strong in the first place. In fact, of all of the Rover switchgear for electric windows, these are definitely the weakest. But that is fine, because I do have a spare. And if not that, I have the switches for the other windows. And they have the same little thing in there. You've just got to dismantle the whole thing and just very carefully piece the bits together. So which way would I go? The original unit with new switches in? No, what are they called? They're not switches, are they? Those bits anyway. Or the rear lamp. Which one should I tackle today? Bearing in mind that both rear lamps need doing. Well, I am feeling a bit adventurous today, and that definitely is a bit broken. But it gets worse. You see, that was glued in. Not glued together, glued in the hole. That's not how you're supposed to do it. But maybe we can still fix this. Yeah. Right. Actually, that's going to take a bit more fixing than I first wanted, because that's not the correct thing. It's supposed to go through there. The lug's broken off there, it's broken off of there, it's broken off of there. That one's still attached. So for this one, I don't know yet. Obviously, I've got to take that off at some point. so I can see if I can knock this dent out somewhat, because that's not very nice. Let's instead remove this and either fix or replace. Trim removal tool, very, very handy. I've got quite a few of these. That one's yellow. Surprised it's not full of super glue. Although, hang on, that does look a bit like super glue in there. Well, just replace it with this one with the pretend carbon fibre stuff on there, but I should, I guess, check everything works. Not that it's difficult to get back out anyway. Much better. Right then, it's all looking pretty good. I've just taken it next door to have a quick inspection on the MOT ramp, and it's solid, absolutely solid under there, which is unusual for a car of that age, especially a Rover. So that's good news. Just needs a drop link, something else, the exhaust sorting out, a tyre. There'll be a few other bits, but it's all rather piffling. And so, with that, I'm going to end this video right here, because I feel like I've got somewhere today. And next week, I'll get somewhere else.